Guys, so before we get into the video, I wanted to tell you guys something. You know how everyone has a certain name for their followers and the people who watch the videos, which are you guys? Well, I finally came up with mine because I say this word a lot randomly, and I just thought this would be a funny name to call you guys, so I'm gonna call you guys my turkeys, okay? So you guys are gonna be called my turkeys because I didn't know what else to call you guys. So yeah, my turkeys, let's get started on with this video. So in this video, we're gonna teach you guys how to decorate your pumpkins awesome like this. And I give most of the credit to the internet and Pinterest and all that. I just thought of some ideas like this one I thought of myself, and some of the other ones you might have seen on there, and I just combined ideas. So I just wanted to tell you guys that it's not all of my ideas, so I can't take full credit. And Mason likes the pumpkin. He's like, I'm gonna eat it. So let's get started on with this video. You guys might want some images to help inspire you on the pumpkin. So there's some Jack the Skeleton images, and then you're also gonna want some paper for your surface and a cutting mat. You guys might want some carving tools, a pair of fangs, some book paper, some of these acrylic paints, they always come in handy, a sponge or brush, a pencil, some googly eyes, a box cutter or X-Acto knife, some E6000 glue, some Elmer's glue or Mod Podge, and some duct tape. Just a bunch of craft supplies you guys will need. So you guys are gonna need some pumpkins. These are some pumpkins I'm gonna use. Just some orange ones and a black one. Those ones are fake, and then these are all real ones down here. So you guys could use some little small squash looking pumpkins as well. Okay guys, for this pumpkin we're gonna use some of our glue on our eyeballs, and we're just gonna put them along the pumpkin. So we're just gonna put a little bit on, and then just put on your eyeball, stick it down, and go ahead and repeat this process on all of these sides, and not the middle of the pumpkin but all of these lines. Go ahead and do that and put on your eyeballs. Okay guys, here's a little time lapse of me putting the eyeballs on the pumpkin. So for the first one I put on a small googly eye, then on the second one I put a little bit bigger of a googly eye, then another smaller one. So I'm just basically repeating this process all over the pumpkin, and I'm just putting glue dots on right now, trying different ideas on how to stick them on. And that's basically what you guys have to do for this cool eyeball looking pumpkin. So this is how the pumpkin looks. I hope you guys like this pumpkin. Okay guys, so for duct tape pumpkin faces with any design you want, you could just draw or get an image offline. Like that's a Jack the Skeleton face. This is going to be the pumpkin mouth and the pumpkin eyes. So you go ahead and get all these images, and then once you guys have those, you could start on cutting out your images. So it's really simple in how you do this. You just put your image over your duct tape. I'll do it right here for you guys, and then you get your knife or box cutter and just go ahead and cut off your image. You could either hold the paper down or put on some clear tape or just some scrap duct tape on the side to hold the paper down, but I just prefer to hold mine. So you guys just go ahead and cut it out. Okay guys, so now I'm just cutting out the triangle for the jack-o'-lantern eyeball, and I'm just peeling the tape off right now, and I'm just setting it aside. Then now we just cut out the pumpkin's mouth, so I'm just cutting it out. You guys have to be careful to not cut the tape, so you just watch what I'm doing. You guys, if you use an X-Acto knife, it would be much easier instead of using the box cutter, but since I'm experienced, I'm going to use the box cutter because it's cheaper and the blades cost a lot for the X-Acto knives. So I'm just still cutting it out, peeling off all that tape and stuff, and it's getting a little bit stuck, so I had to get my knife and make a couple more cuts. So I'm just doing that right now with my knife. So you guys just go ahead and add the design on your pumpkin. I added his eyes, and then now I'm going to add the little mouth. And there you guys go. You could of course do more harder designs like I'm going to show you guys next. Now you guys get to paint your pumpkins whatever you like. The first one I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint my pumpkin as a candy corn color, so it's gonna be white, orange, and then yellow. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that to the pumpkin right now. So go ahead and get your acrylic paints ready. So go ahead and put some paint on your plate. Now you guys are gonna paint your pumpkin. You're just gonna get some of your paint on your sponge or your brush, and you're just gonna go ahead and paint it. So I'm doing orange first in the middle because I could go back over it with the other colors. So this is how it looks once you guys do 3 coats. That's how many I had to do. So in the middle it's orange, and now we're gonna paint yellow on top and white on the bottom. So do 3 coats for each color. So you just get some paint on your sponge, and then you guys just start painting the top. Be careful not to get the stem. If you guys don't want to get the stem with paint on it, you could always use some painter's tape around the outside. So go ahead and do that. Just go ahead and paint on your 3 coats of your yellow paint. As I said, guys, remember to do light coats. The yellow part's still not dry, but it's almost dry. So now I'm just gonna paint the bottom of the pumpkin white. So you guys just go with your brush and paint the bottom white. Remember to leave some orange in the middle because you don't want to mess that up. So go ahead all around with your white paint and finish off your pumpkin. So see, it looks like candy corn already. Another cool idea for you guys is either to use duct tape, googly eyes, Sharpie, or paint to put on some eyes. And you guys could carve like this kind of a shape and then pop your fangs in. But I actually don't want to carve this pumpkin. I'm going to use it to do another DIY. So that's why it looks out like this, because I used duct tape to hold it. But once your guys' is in, it wouldn't be out. It would be like pushed in and it would look cool. And I recommend for you guys if you... Okay guys, so we're going to paper mache this. You guys could put on whatever kind of paper you want. So you just use Mod Podge, but I just use some Elmer's glue and some water. It's really simple to make. And you guys just get a bunch of these strips of whatever paper you would like, and then we're just gonna put them on our pumpkin. So you just dip this inside the Mod Podge or whatever substance you have. I'm sorry, you guys can't really see it. Let me try to hold it on this side. Can you guys see it now? So let it soak in there, and then make sure it comes off too, so there's not a lot of it. And make sure you have a surface that it could drip on, because you don't want to get it all over your tablecloth or whatever you're using. So you're just gonna push down. When you guys do this, make sure when you put it down that you like go like this and smooth it out, so it won't like leave wrinkly marks, and it'll just outline your pumpkin. So don't forget to do this, guys. I just wanted to mention that. And as I said, just go around your pumpkin. Now that it's all coated, you guys just want to let it dry and rotate it and complete Mod Podging the bottom with your strips of paper. As I said, I'm gonna paint mine white since I'm doing Jack the Skeleton. So just pour out your white paint and let's get started on painting the pumpkin. So I'm just gonna get some paint on my brush and just start painting it downwards like so. So just continue on painting your pumpkin white like I'm doing. Be careful not to paint the stem with the duct tape on it, and just continue painting it up and down, and don't forget to paint the bottom. So just take your Sharpie marker and start coloring your pumpkin. Ta-da! That's how it looks when you guys are done with the skeleton pumpkin. If you decide to, you guys, as I said, could paint your pumpkin any color. draw on any face and paint it a color it with any Sharpie marker or permanent marker, or just use acrylic paint. And yeah, so that's how it looks once it's finished. So these are all of the pumpkins that I decorated. So I ended up only doing it on these ones. And this is my after, so this is how they look. Here's the eyeball one, and then the paper looking one, and then the candy corn. Then I really like how the Jack the Skeleton one came out. And then there's those ducks. So these are all the pumpkins I had in my before, and that's how they look. And now this is my after, and this is how all the pumpkins look after I painted them and stuff. And here's a little close-up shot of all the pumpkins up close, and there's the candy corn one. And then just another shot showing you guys how they look again. And yeah, these are how they look after I painted everything and did my little DIY. Hey guys, so we hope your pumpkins came out good, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Links will be right there for updates and sneak peeks and all that good stuff. And please stay tuned for more fall videos. I'm gonna have like maybe 3 or 4 more or something. And then I'm gonna get started on early Christmas videos and normal videos again. And yeah, so we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you thought it was awesome. And we'll see you guys next week, right, Mason? Bye guys!